congratulations on your Golden Globe nomination and being the first
Thank
Filipina to be nominated in this category. Can you tell me where were you when you found out about it? What was your initial reaction?
Oh man, I woke up at home and I was getting a lot of congratulations texts, and I was like, "Congratulations on what?" And then I looked online and I saw the nomination, and I just like screamed, and I was I was calling everyone, and my mom was like, "Congrats!" and tearing up a little bit. So it was a moment.
Talk about how you got the gig of writing "Fight for You" for Judas and the Black Messiah, and what does the song mean to you?
Yeah, Archie, who works with RCA and worked with the movie, gave me the he gave me a call, and he said, we're working on this film and we would love for you to be a part of it, and gave me the gist of the movie, and they sent the movie over, and I watched it, and I told him, I said, I really think I could make a masterpiece for this movie. And so I got into it, and I made the record, and they fell in love with it. So the movie, I think, is very special and very important because it's a huge part of Black history, and a lot of people don't know Fred Hampton's story. So to be able to make the song for it and just talk about social injustice and continue to fight for the Black community, and even today, and be fighting for the same things that we were fighting for then. Now it's definitely a teachable moment, and it's an important part of our history.
Mm-hmm. Too bad because of the pandemic, the Golden Globe was virtual, and I would have seen you in your beautiful Valentino jacket.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
talk about the win of Daniel Kaluuya in this and his reaction that
Oh
night.
yeah. Well deserved. First of all, well deserved. He killed it. He really, really killed it. And it's huge just for the Black community in general. I thought it was really a special moment, and I'm really happy for him. I thought it was well deserved.
Mhm. And you also recently performed for the Super Bowl at the Super Bowl, the national anthem. What made you decide to use the guitar also and just sing?
It's part of who I am. I really wanted to make the song me. I wanted to, like, do my own version and rendition of America the Beautiful, and make it fully like her. What would her do in this situation? And that's what they asked for. So I gave it to them, and I decided, come up with some cool R&B like chords in the beginning, and then rock it out fully, just rock out and do my own thing.
Hmm. And you were born in Vallejo and raised by a Filipina mother and an African American father. How was it growing up in two cultures?
It was a blessing, sometimes it would be a little difficult, like finding who I am in my place, because sometimes I felt like maybe I was too Black for the Filipino kids or too Filipino for the Black kids. And then I realized that I was friends with so many different communities and both sides, and that I had both foundations and both sides of my family supporting me so heavily. That is very cool. And not to mention the parties where I would have Filipino food and soul food at the parties. So, it's a blessing, to be part of two completely different cultures, very similar, but very different at the same time. And, you know, both my parents, they were the biggest supporters. So it was a beautiful thing.
Tell us more about your mom and where she came from the Philippines, and what she taught you about Filipino culture.
Man, well, the number one thing I've learned from my mother about Filipino culture is how much Filipinos give, and how much they care about family, and how family oriented Filipinos are. But she grew up in Nueva Ecija, in a city called Cabanatuan, and she came here to America when she was 18 years old. And people in her small town, it was much smaller at the time, they didn't believe that she was coming here, and so yeah, it was a big step for her and her family, and she just taught me the importance of gratitude and being grateful for where you come from, and knowing that it doesn't matter where you come from when it comes to where you're going, and you can be whoever you want to be. But yeah, just really just thanking God every single day. That's the number one thing she reminds me, and to trust the process.
Hmm. When was the last time you were in the Philippines, and what do you usually do when you're in the Philippines?
Man, I was just looking at photos today. I was in the Philippines in 2019 in December, And it was the first time my mom had been back in 15 years, and my grandfather. So it was so beautiful. It was so nice and humbling, honestly, to go back home and for my mom to go back home and to see where she grew up and see my other aunt that lives there in Cabanatuan. It was wonderful. It was a great experience.
Tell us about the Filipino singers that you has influenced you or that you admire. I know you
Oh man.
mentioned before Sharon Cuneta.
Yeah, Sharon Cuneta for sure. Obviously Bruno Mars is Filipino, and I looked up to Bruno Mars a lot, and I thought it was cool that he was Filipino. And there's other people like at the time I was like fangirling when I was a little girl at Gary V when he was
Oh,
perform. I was a big Gary V fan, but there's a lot of great Filipino art singers like can't remember her last name right now. Jessica, Jessica.
yeah, the
I can't
Jessica,
remember her
the
last name.
American Idol,
Yes.
Sanchez.
Sanchez. Thank you. Jessica Sanchez. Oh my gosh. I've been following her since I was a little girl, and I always thought she was an amazing singer. So it's so cool. She always represented for Filipinos.
Mhm. What were the challenges you encountered as a woman of color entering into Hollywood and entertainment, and how did you overcome them?
I always felt kind of underestimated, and people always had their doubts, and it seemed like some of the things that I was doing, it was like, oh well, you should just be a little bit more simple and be more about your looks, and don't play guitar because people won't get it, they won't understand it coming from you. But if a man were to do it, it feels like it wouldn't be received the same. And yeah, I felt like I was being underestimated, and I didn't take no for an answer. I didn't allow anybody to make me alter who I am, or make me change who I am and what I wanted to be, what I wanted to present on the stage. And I stuck to my guns, and I did what I wanted to do, and it paid off.
And do you have any advice for any young Filipinas who want to follow your footsteps?
Absolutely. Stay true to who you are. Keep that community close, and always be grateful, have gratitude, because every moment is just makes you who you are, and it makes your journey that much more special. Every up and down, it's going to happen, but you just got to keep going and believe in yourself, and know that there are people that love and support you, and will always back up your decisions in navigating this crazy, crazy music industry. So stay true to you.
And do you know any Filipino words that you can mention?
Oh yes, well, first of all, salamat. And man, what do I want to say in Tagalog? Now you put me on the spot. Kamusta? And mahal kita. I love you all. Thank you for supporting my music.
Very good. And tell us about your next projects.
Yes, I have an album coming out in the springtime, so it'll be coming very, very soon. I've been working really hard on it, and I also have a reggae EP coming out because I love reggae music, and I want to celebrate that culture. And hopefully, my festival will be coming back to the Bay Area, Lights on Fest, and yeah, hopefully touring will come back. But there's a lot of things I'm trying to do to keep it going.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time. It's really, I'm very proud of you and what you have done, and keep doing the good work.
Salamat. I hope to go to
Salamat.
soon and have a show there.
Thank you, Her.
Okay. Bye.